What's up, guys? Thanks so much for tuning in today's video. Kara here with another video. Good to have you guys back. If you're new here, I'm Kara from K's Ways, where I like to inspire you to do it your way. If you like beauty and lifestyle videos such as this one, and at the end of this video you'll also see suggestions for other videos to watch. If you like what you see, I hope that you consider subscribing. I guess I'm one of those once a season shop my stash people, because let me tell you how this drawer right here is out of control. You can take a look at the previous video if you want to go to that one first, where I did my original shop my stash, and I was trying to, you know, this is just like my everyday makeup drawer. This is the stuff that I reach through when I'm getting ready in the morning, and this drawer has gotten out of control. So it's time for us to go through it, clear it, put this stuff back, pick out new stuff for the season. Fall going into winter, it's getting colder now, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it.
Take it slow. Just wanna let you know, ready to spend some time. I wanna spend some time. Needed some time to grow. Just wanna let you know, ready to spend some time.
So yeah, I'm just gonna dig in. Like, there's like no rhyme or reason, but I'm gonna have, here we have the Haus Labs bronzer. Yo, the way I wore this thing out, like, you can barely even see the H imprint on there anymore. You can see the outline of it, but trust and believe, there's like a super indentation in this bronzer, and I love it because it's like so deep and chocolatey and so good. Love this bronzer, but I abused that bronzer since I got it, so it's time for me to give it a rest. This is a face powder, and at first I didn't like the new formulation of the Makeup Forever. I think I was a little salty that they even had the nerve to change the formula of it. So at first when I used it, I felt like it was a little drying on my face, but I do actually like this powder on top of the Fenty Stick Foundation. These are two products that I really wasn't that impressed with right out the gate. The Fenty Stick, I felt like it was a little bit oily, and of course this came out in the summertime, so I was like, let me wait until it gets colder and try it again. And I ended up liking it, and especially paired with this Makeup Forever. This is the HD Skin Matte Velvet Powder. Mine is in 4N67, and my Fenty Stick, the Eavesdrop Stick, is in the number 20. I definitely want to show this combination to you guys. So I think the next video that I do, that I'm actually applying makeup, I might have a TikTok that I haven't edited. You guys know I've been editing like crazy and trying to get videos out. So if I didn't use this combination in the TikTok that I had already, I'm gonna use this tomorrow. Not for nothing, being that I'm enjoying this combination during this time of year, I am gonna probably keep this in the drawer. This is a newer product that I've added to my collection. If you've seen my recent Sephora haul, I think this was in part 1. I actually picked up a dual set from Cali Ray, and let me tell you, this combination bomb. My makeup did not move. I went to a housewarming not too long ago, and a lady that I seen that I know gave me a hug, and she had a white shirt, and I was like, oh my god, if I mess up this lady's shirt. But let me tell you how it didn't move though. Like, this combination is bomb, keeping this in there for sure. As a matter of fact, the spray itself just sits right here on top of my desk because it is that good, y'all. I actually literally just put this back into my drawer. This is the infamous Powder No Powder. I have the shades 5N, and this one that I was using was 6N. So definitely keeping this in there. And I noticed that I already hit pan on it when I went back into it. I was like, oh no, not again. And I think they discontinued this product, so it's even making me more sad. But we're gonna have a new year with new makeup, and I hope they come back and bring it back better than ever. Please don't mess up the formula, Dior Beauty. Please, I need to try it. I'm starting to run out of this one. My 5N, man, y'all don't even want to see that one. It's like in pieces, and I'm still sitting there swirling my brush in there and trying to get every last bit of it. So I love this powder, and like I said, I just literally, maybe last week, I just put this back in my drawer. So as you see, it was on top, scattered amongst the mess over here. So I'm gonna keep this in here. I definitely enjoy using that as just a finishing powder. One of the best finishing powders. It's like you're putting nothing on your face. I have this blush here from Haus Labs. This is definitely going to be put away because of the shade alone. This shiny packaging is probably going to kill y'all. So I'm just going to read it to you guys. This is in the shade Pomelo Peach, and it's a peachy shade. But like, this is definitely something that I enjoyed in combination with the Makeup by Mario, the peach. I would use this as a base. This is like I don't want to say, it's like a cream blush. So I would apply the Makeup by Mario and I would put the Hourglass on top. It was so pretty. I actually posted a picture of it on my community tab if you want to check it out and see how that combination looks like. But these definitely have to go back because, you know, I'm out of that vibe. Even though you can make makeup anyway, anytime of year, but that's just not the vibe I'm going for now. I'm all into my berries. So speaking of those Makeup by Mario blushes, I'm going to keep this berry one probably in and use it as a base to a lot of my blushes that I'm gonna use. This one is a little bit more rose tone and it's actually in the shade Rose Crush. So yeah, definitely keeping that one in the drawer. Let's continue with blushes because I got so many blushes in here. Now these two Sephora blushes, these were so pretty. Like I wore these. So these are the two shades of the Sephora blushes that I had. This one is in the shade 17 Hey Jealousy and this one is in the shade 29 Fascinated. Yeah. Remember, Sephora collection is 30% off now, right now as we speak. And let me tell you, their blushes, these are the colorful blush. These blushes, the pigmentation is there. It lasts a long time on the face. Really like these blushes. I think I use these quite a lot. So I may circle around back to this berry one. But for now, I'm just going to put them back for them to be put away. And let's see what I pull for the fall. Now going into these Giorgio Armani blushes here, like it's like a theme. I was like really into my peachy, pinky berry kind of vibe here. So I have the shade 40. This is the beautiful. Well, I didn't swatch anything really, but that's just a really pretty shade. And the thing about these Armani blushes, you kind of do have to build them up a little bit, but it's nice. I like the sheen that it gives on the skin. Like this one here is like a nice natural flush. This is 30, so I have 30 and 40. Both of these are really nice, but again, being that I was kind of like ODing on blushes, and I think I need to go back into my collection. When I went to that housewarming that I mentioned, I bust out the Gucci Warm Berry. Oh my god, I needed that back in my life. So I think that I'm gonna pull that one for sure. I do want to pull a couple of my Pat McGrath blushes. I feel like I've been neglecting the blushes that I have already, basically. So I'm going to put these back to go back. And again, I'll circle around and see if I want to pull any of them again. Now these are so bomb, yo. When I tell you these Danessa Myrick Beauty, these are her, what, the Blur Bombing Blush something. But I have the shades Golden Hour and Dancing Queen. Now Dancing Queen, I'm definitely keeping in the drawer because this is just gives me all the feels, all the vibes for this season. So definitely keeping this shade of the Danessa Myrick's Beauty cream blush here. This is definitely staying in the drawer. The orange one, I think I can, Golden Hour, I think I can go ahead and put her up for now. But super pretty, love these. Oh, and actually I have a new one of these that I didn't even open from the Sephora sale, so we'll circle back around there too. Now here we go with these Dior blushes. I actually have a fourth one that I didn't use a lot, but why is it in here? Like this drawer right here is a whole mess. But I have another one. This is the Danessa Myrick's one that I was talking about. So these I need to bring out. I need to use these. I'm gonna have to go through here and see what I'm gonna pull from here too. Alright, here's the other. I knew I had 4 of the Dior Backstage blushes. I use this one, but not too much. This is actually what started me wanting the other colors. And I love these blushes, y'all. I wore this one not too long ago, which is the shade Cherry. I did wear this. When was it? Last weekend? I was out with Babe. I can't even remember where we went, but I did put this on my cheeks not too long ago. I will still rock a loud color, but I think this one can actually go back. One that I reach into like super often is Rosewood. And this one, I'm so sad, but that's how much I use it, but it actually came out. I don't know if y'all can see how much the D's have worn off, because this was like one of my favorite colors. It's like a good go-to kind of muted kind of, I don't want to say natural because it's not really like natural, but it just gives a nice flush color to the skin. I really like Rosewood, so I'm going to keep that one in my drawer. So this berry shade is going to stay in the drawer. I think it's perfect for this time of year. And I didn't use this one as much as the other ones, but I like them all the same. So berry and rosewood are going to stay, and then the cherry and the pink are going to go back. They're going to go back into the collection. This Givenchy Prism Libre powder, I have mine in the shade 5. I'm going to keep this in my drawer because I recently just picked this up from the Sephora sale. Really been enjoying this, guys. The blur that it gives underneath the eyes when setting, let me tell you, this is so good. So definitely keeping that in here. Going back to blushes, I also have the loose powder blush from Givenchy. This is in number 6, and I really enjoy this as well. I think I'm going to keep this because this definitely gives me a whole different selection and different selection of colors, but they all blend together and make like a beautiful color. So I think I'm gonna keep this one because this is fairly newer. I didn't run this one down as much as I did with the other one, so being that this is a newer blush, I'm gonna keep this in here. The way this Give Beauty highlighter, oh my gosh, I love this one. This is the Check My Glow highlighters. Oh my gosh, Homegrown Glow. When I tell you, like, oh, it looks good on camera, but y'all can't really see how dusty it is. Well, y'all can probably see a little bit of the dust. But when I tell you I ran this thing out, Homegrown Glow, still one of my favorites. I think this is something I'm going to end up keeping in the collection, keeping in the drawer. Because it's been a minute since I, like, really fell for a highlighter. And I'm really digging that one. Before taking out the Dior finishing powder, I actually went back to my Laura Mercier powder. This is the Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. Mine is in the shade number 5, and this is another finishing powder that is really nice. Love this one, and I feel like I never make a dent in this one. Like, I've had this powder for so long, guys, and it's probably expired, to be honest with you. Like, if I was to go back and look and see the video that I did on it and see that this says after opening 12 months, I am like 6 years in with this powder, guys, no lie. And sad to say, it may be time for it to go because I don't know, it's not giving me that same judge, which is what made me pull out the Dior one in the first place. And yes, I do have a broken nail. I'm about to wash my hair. I'm about to take off all these nails, so that's not even a problem. I just wanted to come in here and do this video. Y'all know how I do. I get in where I fit in, okay? But sadly, I think this one may have to go out of my collection because I just think it's just like way too old. But again, I feel like I got my money's worth. I just feel like this pan, it was a baked like kind of finishing powder, and I just feel like it's lasted me forever. You see how I've gone through the Dior powders, 2 compacts of the Dior powders, and that's in the last 2 years. This one has just been never ending, and I love that for me. But I think it is time to say goodbye. Even though I love it, I think it's time to say goodbye. Or not, I don't know. I have the Mented bronzer. This is in the shade Yacht Life, and I enjoy this one a little bit more I enjoy this bronzer a little bit more in the summertime, not so much in the fall. I'm not sure, but I think this is just gonna go back in the collection for now. But I do enjoy that every so often. It's just like I have to be in the mood for that tone of bronzer. Like the Haus Labs one that I showed you guys is really deep. So I have bronzers, like I have a variety of bronzers. So some are more orangey, some are deeper. And this one, I don't know. This is just, if I was to rank my bronzers, I think unfortunately this would be on the lower end of my bronzer ranking, but I still do like it. So it's something that I do want to keep in my collection. Not saying it's a bad bronzer, but it's not like one of my super duper favorites, if I can say that. Sorry, I feel bad about saying that about Mented, you know, but I'm just gonna keep it real. Now speaking of bronzers, these, oh my goodness guys, these bronzers are everything. These are the Laguna bronzers, and I was so happy that they even had minis. So I have Laguna 06 and I have Laguna 08. And when I tell you, I use these more on my eyes than on my face. Like this creates like the perfect eye look for me. This on the outer portion of my eye, this on the inner portion of my eye, and I'm good to go. Like, I love these bronzers. I do use it on my face as well. And these are just a good look. I really, really love these bronzers. So I think I'm going to keep these in the rotation. It's just like a go-to kind of thing for me. Like best of the year kind of situation. And with that being said, I also have the Cream Laguna bronzer. And I prefer this cream bronzer more in the summertime. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this back in my... Got it. This is something else that if I open the packaging, it's going to look a mess. And it's just because it's like a emollient cream. But guys, this LYS stick bronzer, it's the No Limits bronzer. And mine is in the shade Strength. And whew, like I said, the packaging looks a mess. But when I tell you this bronzer is everything. So this is something that I am actually going to keep in my rotation. Maybe I'll just keep it right here with the rest of my LYS stuff. Since I love LYS, I have it posted here. Might as well keep it in there. Boom, that's what we're gonna do. Oh my god, did I even use this? Oh shoot, I think I did use this like once or twice. I totally forgot I even bought it. I bought this during the Sephora sale actually. Totally forgot about it. But this is the Rare Beauty highlighter. I picked mine up in the shade Mesmerize, and I might have used it the one time and totally forgot. So this is something that I have to keep in my drawer just because I want to like gather my thoughts on it. Do I love it? Do I hate it? Was it not for me? Could I have saved my coins? That kind of situation. So I'll keep you posted, but we're going to keep that in the drawer. Oh my god, perfect time for this. Like I wore this a lot in the summertime, but when I tell you I'm going to continue wearing this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Blush. This one is in the shade 15 Legendary Berry, and this shade is so good I accidentally bought it twice. Like it was that serious. I just knew that I loved the blushes so much, and I didn't know the name of the shade that I had, and I fell in love with the shade all over again in the store. Ended up buying it again in Ulta, and then I had to take it back. So crazy, but these blushes are really good, really pigmented, and they last a long time. It says 24-hour wear. Of course, I'm not wearing my makeup for 24 hours, but you get the gist, okay? This blush is bomb. If you see these in your drugstore, whatever the case may be, definitely pick one up. And again, this is in the shade Legendary Berry, number 15. Definitely keeping this in the rotation for the fall and winter. This is the Whitney Houston collection. I have the MAC and Whitney Houston collection. This is their highlighter that they had, and this is a really pretty highlighter. I just don't know if I want to go so golden with it. Like this is a really golden highlighter, but it's like a nice pale gold, so that's why like I'm considering it, because it's pretty. It's really pretty, but I think I'm gonna put it back in my collection because again, I don't want to mess up the emblem of Whitney. Like sometimes when I buy these collections, I want it just for the packaging. And listen, we're gonna be honest here. So this one I just may keep on deck. I'm gonna put this back in my rotation actually. Out of all those blushes, I only have one of the Pat McGrath blushes in here. Oh, actually, this ain't even the Pat McGrath brush. This is the bronzer, which I had opened this way later on after I bought this. And when I tell you I love this bronzer, this is like such a good tone bronzer. Not too deep, but it's like just a little warmth. It's not like super orangey, but it does have that hint of warmth. Like it's really good. I really like this bronzer. I got mine from the website, so I don't think... Oh, as a matter of fact, in her holiday collection, she came out with this color. This is Burnished Honey, and I really like this one as well. I really like this one, so I'm going to keep this in my rotation as well, because I didn't get enough use out of that, as I should have. I got these 3 mini MAC lipsticks, and I recently posted the MAC Cosmetics Trio video, where I swatched all 3 of these mini lipsticks. I'm actually going to put these in the rotation. Actually, there's one that I want to keep. That deeper purple shade, I definitely want to keep that in the... Oh, this one right here. This is in the shade Bizarre Bloom. Yeah. So pretty, this is lipstick. So I'm definitely going to keep Bizarre Bloom in my rotation. But the other two shades... I am just going to put into my collection. Because I don't really think I'll be reaching for them anytime soon. Y'all know I'm a gloss girl, and when I do wear color, it's going to be like a deeper color, especially this time of year. So these two, I'm going to put in my collection, but just know these really feel good and nice and comfortable on the lips and will make perfect little gifts for you know, somebody commented on the video today and said that it's like a cute little stocking stuffer, and I think it's perfect, a perfect little set. That trio is a perfect little set. But so if you want to know how these will work on someone of deeper skin tone, definitely check that video out where I swatched all 3 of the shades in the pinks trio that MAC released for holiday 2023. Definitely check that video out. Let's add a little bit more. What we have over here, this, oh goodness, this is like this is an essential for the fall and winter, and I think once, it might have been a little bit before fall came, but as soon as it like got a little bit cooler, I bust out this Chanel blush. I love this blush. When I tell you, this blush is everything. This is the Blush Lumiere. This is in the shade Brun Rosé, and guys, I love this blush. So it's like the perfect brown kind of blush. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. Look at that. Perfect brown blush for us. So I'm definitely keeping this in my full drawer. Now I haven't even opened this. Why is this in this drawer? It's oh, I should have went through this drawer. I literally just shipped off a box to my homegirl's her donation drive that she's doing, and this is something that definitely could have been in there. But this is a NARS Light Reflecting Setting Powder. This is the Press Compact, and it's in clear. I'm just going to put this in my powder drawer, and at some point, hopefully, I may or may not try it out. We'll see. We have some other powders in the drawer here. This is the Kosas Pillowy Cloud Set. I think I actually bought this during the spring Sephora sale, and then I started using it sometime in the summer to basically set the concealer underneath my eyes and stuff. It was okay, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that away. And then as far as the Hourglass little sample that I have here, this is the clear veil powder. I actually have the colored one right here on top on my drawer because I absolutely love this powder. So I keep this on top of my vanity, and I use this as a loose powder, finishing powder. So if I don't want, let's say I don't want to use the pressed powder as far as the Dior, I will go in with this loose powder, and this chef's kiss. Like when I wear this, I feel like I have like a I'm a walking filter. Like it just perfects the face and just makes everything blend in really nicely together. Love this powder. So these 2 powders that I have in the drawer, these can actually go back. I have the Gucci bronzer here. I have mine in the shade 04. That's what it looks like. I've actually been using this a lot and it's definitely starting to show that indentation. What's that? Oh, I must have put back my, oh yeah, the Dior one is over there. Between this Gucci bronzer and the Dior, I would say if you're looking for like a deeper tone, I would go with the Dior. But this one also brings like that life and warmth to your face, so I really enjoy this as well. I'm actually gonna put this, I think I'm gonna put it away for now because I've been using it a lot. So I think I'm gonna put the Gucci bronzer away for now, and we'll see what we'll pull out the drawers. I have 2 loose powders here from Dominique Cosmetics. One is in the shade Translucent Medium Deep. The other is in the shade Rosita, which is like their pink shade. I like to mix both of these together, and oh my gosh, the blur that these powders give underneath the eyes, so good. I really enjoy these powders. This is a hard one. I don't know if I'm gonna put these away just yet. I've really been enjoying these, and I'm talking about, like, again, when we coming towards the end of the year, I would say best of 2022. Like, these powders really good. It's hard to say whether I'm gonna put these back or not. I'm actually gonna put these right here on top where I keep the Hourglass, and also I keep my Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep up here as well. Keep my Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep up here as well, because you guys know on a daily basis I'm just focusing on concealer, and then I always set my concealer with a loose powder. So I keep my powders really handy. Speaking of loose powders, this is one that I didn't get enough use of. This is the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. When I keep stuff in boxes, I swear I just don't end up reaching for them. This is in the shade Sweet Honey, and it is like a yellowy type shade powder, and it's really nice underneath the eyes. Actually, I really do like this powder, but sometimes One Size products can be just a little bit drying for me, but so far I didn't have too much of that issue, but I didn't use it enough. I think this is something that I should keep in my drawer and definitely try to get more use of, so I can get like my cohesive thoughts on it and see if it's really a love of a product for me. So I'm gonna keep this in the drawer, just take it out the box. Really quickly, I have 4 face powders here. This is the e.l.f. foundation powder. They call it the Camo Powder Foundation. When I tell you, this one is a little bit thick, like, and it transfers. So for that reason, I'm gonna actually put that back in the drawer. Juvia's Place. This one is not as heavy and thick as the e.l.f. powder is, but nothing that I'm too head over heels with, so I think I'm gonna put this back in the drawer. Then when we come to the Tarte powder, I told you guys I had to stop using it so much on camera, but I trust and believe I still definitely do use this powder because it's really good powder. I'm just gonna put it back in the drawer for now because my go-to powder right now is that Makeup Forever powder. And speaking of Makeup Forever, this is the we spoke about the reformulated version earlier in the video, but this one I just feel like I have to keep in here because I want to go ahead and finish this. Like, this makes no sense. This is like one of my absolute favorite face powders though, so it's gonna be a pleasure to actually go ahead and finish this up. This is the original Matte Velvet Skin, and in this one I was in the shade Y505. So if y'all happen to shop y'all stash and you find a brand new one and you want to send it my way, holla at your girl, because I love this stuff and so mad. Well, I was really mad when they went ahead and reformulated. Like I said earlier, I got kind of salty, so I wasn't really giving this one a chance. Now I kind of enjoy it a little bit. I like it with that combination I mentioned earlier, and I'm trying to get a little bit more used to actually wearing this a little bit more often by itself as well. So both of those are definitely going to stay in my drawer. The last kind of compact kind of situation is actually cheek palette from last year's NARS Holiday 2022 collection. This was the Rising Star cheek palette, and I think I'm gonna keep this one in because, y'all, when I tell you I traveled with this one this year, like, it may not even look like I used it a lot, but trust and believe I did. Like, if you've seen it in person the way I'm seeing it in person and not all sparkly and new in these cameras, like the highlighter shade, I would mix these shades. Like, this palette was my everything, and to the point where I didn't even feel like I needed to purchase this year's palette because I still love this one so much. So definitely keeping this in the rotation. I think I'm gonna put it over here though, rather than keep it in the drawer, because I have this I have some drawers over here where I keep my face palettes. So like the new Hourglass palette that I bought this year, the Holiday 2023 Hourglass palette, I keep my palettes here on the shelves for easy access. So I may put that in the drawer, but trust and believe I'll still be reaching for this. This is just one of my favorite face palettes and just a go-to reach. I have some random lip products in here. This is a L'Oreal lipstick, and did I even wear this? I think I might have wore this like one time. Oh, sorry, I can't see. This is a L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick, and I think I might have wore this like one time. It's really super pretty though, and I think this is actually a perfect color for this time of year as well. So I'm gonna put this up here with my lipstick so I can remember to wear it. And this was the Rare Beauty, like the souffle kind of lip kind of situation. Honestly, with this being like a mini, I can actually put this in my work bag and carry this with me just in case I may need like a little nice nude lip color to throw on. This may come in handy. So I think I'm gonna put this in my bag because it just ends up getting lost in this drawer, which, oh, this drawer needs to be clean. Now we are at the section where I have some like base products, not so much powder and compacts and things like that. So we can probably run through this really quickly. I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I think I'm gonna leave this in here because I think this is gonna come in. This is definitely gonna come in handy for this time of year as my skin gets a little bit drier. I think this will help add like that nice glow effect to my skin. This Too Faced Healthy Glow SPF of 30. This is their moisturizing skin tint, and when I tell you everybody raved about this and I did not get the hype, I don't know, I may have to try this again, especially now that the temperatures have changed. I may have to try this again and see how I feel about it now, but I was not impressed when I first tried it. As you can see, I just had to shake it up because it's just been sitting there since I tried it. I was not impressed, but I'll keep you posted. I'm gonna keep this in here for now and see if I can wear it and see my thoughts on it. Maybe I'll set it with the Makeup Forever powder and I may end up liking it. Look, who knows? You can't always go based off your first impressions. You just gotta see and if you can make a product work for you. Even though sometimes I may not want to put all that work in, if I can find a way to make it work. I done spent my money now, so I should try to find a way to work. I should definitely try to find a way to make it work. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I was looking for this and it's sitting here in the drawer. I was looking for this. I think I wore this lip product like one time. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Lip Blur and it's a matte moisture lipstick. Let me tell you, it's also, this is like similar to, oh yeah, this is the perfect shade for this time of year as well. I've been looking for this and I'm so happy I found it. So this is in the shade Pillow Talk Medium and I'm so happy I found this. I'm going to keep this on the top of the desk with my lipstick, so I can definitely add that to my rotation and wear that a lot. Y'all know I have a thing for underpainting, so I have all different kinds of like bronzers. The Merit bronzer, one of my favorites. This Merit bronzer, like when I tell you that blends out so effortlessly and it's just perfect for like an everyday work day. It's not too overpowering on the skin. It blends in so effortless. It's like, it may look deep in the packaging, but when I tell you it blends out to the most natural looking bronzer, love this, and I just keep this in my rotation. This one, this is the NYX Wonder Stick. I've had this for like 2 years now. I only use one side of it, so this side is a highlighter. I don't use that side. I use it more for the contour portion of it, and I do still have a good amount of product here. Again, another one, if I wanted a drugstore option, I have the NYX cream. Again, I'm all about that underpainting kind of situation where I can just blend it out really nicely and effortlessly. This is something else I've traveled with, and it's a good affordable option for that. And you do have, it is a 2-in-1 kind of product, even though I personally only use one side of it. That's just another added benefit for it. Like travel wise, you have 2 products in one. I'm definitely going to keep the Merit because this is a go-to for work, so I'm going to keep this in my rotation, but not necessarily the NYX one. I already put the LYS one and I have that nice and handy on top of my vanity with my LYS products. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the NYX one back in my collection. Once I got this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, I feel like I didn't use any other primer. Like when I tell you I'm like almost finished with this bottle. So I think this is something that I should just keep in there and just like go ahead and finish it up rather than put it in my drawer, forget about it and let it go bad. This is a really good primer. They actually went ahead and added the 4% niacinamide, so they added that extra skincare benefit when it comes to this primer, and I really enjoy it. So I'm going to keep this in the drawer just a little bit longer to try and go ahead and finish that up. These two here, I have the Pillow Talk. This is the Beauty Light one. This one is a highlighter in the shade Medium, and this one here is a Beauty Wand, more of a blush type shade, and this is in the shade Pinkgasm. Nothing that I can say I was necessarily missing, so I honestly don't want to put these up because then I feel like I will forget about it, but I'm gonna put them in my drawer for now, and we'll see how I feel about this after I start to put the stuff back into the drawers. Let's work. This, I think this is like pretty much done for. I really don't have any product left in here. I think at this point, I think this Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Flawless Filter. I think I don't even have anything left in here. It is like a little bit of emollient, but this has a 12-month shelf life, and when I tell you I'm literally all the way down there, like there's really hardly any product left in this thing. And with me having the big, like triple the size of my mini Charlotte Tilbury, it's not the same kind of product. To me, the e.l.f. one is a little bit more full coverage, And this one is just more like exactly what it says, a flawless filter. Like it gives you like this beautiful, I'm from Hollywood glow. That's what the Charlotte Tilbury does. But where am I going where I need that glow? And I feel like, again, the shelf life is over 12 months with this one. It's such a little bit, like when I say little bit, I mean it's like literally the bottom rim that has product there maybe. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this because I'd rather go ahead and get rid of it now than risk a breakout later. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be in my empties. This Bobbi Brown corrector. Now my Bobbi Brown corrector is not going anywhere. Love this. This is their skin correcting stick in the shade Very Deep Bisque. I have just a little bit more left on this product, so definitely keeping this in my rotation. I use this like on days where my allergies are really bothering me and I have like super darkness underneath my eyes, or if I just feel like I want a little bit more full coverage, I'll go in with my correcting stick first, then go on top with my concealers and stuff. So I'm keeping this in the drawer for sure because that has to be handy. This last section here are all the concealers I was using. Now this one is still in the box because I cannot stand it. Like when I tell y'all this concealer did nothing for me, HD Skin, and I think it says something like undetectable concealer. Well, I need my concealer to be detectable apparently because I did not like this. I'm going to keep it in here just because I'm probably going to end up doing a video showing products I regret buying. And trust and believe, this is definitely one of them. I should keep it in my drawer to try it again. Oh, and by the way, mine is in the shade 4.0Y, but I don't know. Why did I buy it? One of my favorite concealers, the Huda Beauty concealer. So bomb. Natasha Denona is also one that I've been getting a lot of use out of. Oh, this Dominique Cosmetics. I placed the order. I was telling you guys about the powders. I placed this order directly with her website, and the concealer, I would actually mix this concealer in with ones that I thought was a little thicker, like these two. They are a little bit thicker, but they provide the beautiful coverage, so I don't mind. But I would go ahead and mix this Dominique Cosmetics one, which is a little bit more on like a serum-y concealer kind of side. So I like this. I like these as combinations as well. Now, did I even try this Ami Colé concealer? I can't remember my thoughts on it at all. So this is something that's definitely going to have to stay in there so I can try it out a little bit more. This Sephora Best Skin Ever, not really my favorite concealer. This is in the shade 50N, and I don't know, I didn't like it like for everyday looks. I didn't like it for glam looks. I really wasn't a fan, honestly. And then one that blew my socks off, okay, because I had the original Dior Forever Skin Correct concealer. Hated it. Not that I hated it, I just didn't see the hype of why it was so much money. I didn't think it was good. But this one, chef's kiss. Absolutely love this one, and mine is in the shade 5N, another one of my favorite concealers. And then this one, another one that people was just going gaga over, is the Givenchy. This is their Prism Libre Skincare and Concealer. I actually need to use this concealer with that powder. I haven't done that as of yet, so I need to try that out. But this is not a concealer that necessarily knocks my socks off either. So just a little roundup of the concealers that I've been using. But yeah, I'm gonna put these, I'm not sure which one of these I'm gonna end up keeping in the drawer and which ones I'm not. I think these all should go back into my concealer drawer, and I get more use out of the concealers that's been in the drawer, that's been neglected. So I'm just gonna leave them on top right now. I'm gonna go ahead and clean out this plastic thing here. I'm gonna clean out this drawer real quick, and then we'll go around into my collection and pick out some products for the fall.